Good afternoon, everybody. You are welcome to today's class on sustainability awareness. First and foremost, I want to say thank you to everybody that I preview to listen to this talk on sustainability. Yes, we are going to look at sustainability awareness to our community, because it's very important for us to also be aware of what is around us as people. We've been hearing sustainability, sustainable environment, sustainable this, sustainable that. But as a people, what do you do, or how do you assess this sustainability? Is it just a mere talk? So because of that, I observe and notice that in our society today, people are not showing keen interest when you talk about sustainable environment, when you talk about sustainable living, when you talk of healthy living. All boils down to sustainability. So for this reason, I now deem it fit that it is important to make this awareness known to our community. The importance and why every individual living in this society should embrace sustainability. So that's what motivated me to embark on this process of creating awareness on sustainability in our environment or in our community today. First and foremost, in the context of this class, we are going to focus on the awareness to the community. How are we going to create this awareness? We create this awareness by presentation, making classes on physical basis on Zoom. We can do classes one-on-one, or at the same time can through Zoom lectures like this. So for this reason, this sustainability awareness, I've scheduled it to different modules. I have up to 6 to 7 modules on this sustainability awareness that I will present to the community. So first and foremost, I just want to run through the modules I have. I have module 1, Introduction to Sustainability. We also will look at principles of sustainable living. Number 3 module is Zero Waste and Circular Economy. Number 4 module is Energy Smart Homes and Building, when we talk about energy efficiency. Number 5 module, we talk about water conservation and management. How do you manage your water? Because it is obvious, we know that in as much as we're in the house, just run the water anyhow. It also needs to be sustainable. So we look at module 5, how to manage your water. Green transport and low carbon of lifestyle. Very important. We should live green, in a green environment. Module 7, community-led sustainability projects. We also run into. Then the last one is Module 8, running the sustainability awareness campaign, which is what we are doing now. First, also in Module 1, just get a little background of what you start with Module 1. Little background of sustainability. It's a concept of meeting present need without compromising the ability of future generation to meet their own needs also. What does it mean? Our present need today, we need to sustain it. We should not compromise our future for today. Therefore, we should also look forward for the future. And how are we going to sustain the future? Is our present today will also help us to plan for the future. So the future needs to be sustained. And in doing that, we need to encourage ourselves. We need to let our community that our environment is very, very important. That our future is also very important. So meeting our present need today without compromising ability of the future is very important. We meet all our needs today For the fact that we are living today does not mean, or it doesn't mean that tomorrow should take care of itself. But also we plan for tomorrow. We should not compromise the ability of the future generation to meet their own needs. So it emerges from growing concern about environmental degradation, social inequality, and economic instability. So environmental degradation, you see in our environments today, there are a lot of factors, a lot of things. We talk about climate change and all this stuff. Things that are not the reducing of natural resources within our environment, or like deforestation, cutting of trees and all this stuff. These things should a growing concern. In our ecosystem, a lot of things are happening today. So it is as a result of sustainability, it's a concern to everyone. So the idea became globally recognized after 1987 Brundtland Report, which defines sustainable development goals. It emphasizes the need for balance between environmental care and social well-being and economic growth. This is just a little background of what sustainability is all about. Meeting the present needs without compromising the ability of future generation to meet their own needs. So the essence of this awareness campaign is just for empowering community for a greener future. Empowering community for a greener future, which is very, very important. We should also try to let the community know that, yes, it is good for a community, for stakeholders in the community to preach sustainable environment. We should think of the future. We should not compromise the future for today. So, now, what is sustainability proper? Remember, I just give you a little background of what sustainability is all about. But in the actual sense, what does it mean to you? So, sustainability means meeting present need without compromising the future. Meeting present need without compromising the future. How do you compromise the future? Yes, you need to. So, how do you compromise the future? Your future is being compromised when things are done in inappropriate way, either to tarnish the image in the environment. So the focus area of sustainability is the society, the environment, and the economy. So the main pillar of sustainability is the environment, the society, and the economy. When you look at these three key pillars, they are linked to each other. Sustainable environment, sustainable society. Who are people living in the society? Is a human being that live in the society. The societies are made up of the people, the communities, the villages, the economy. The economy of such community, the economy of those villages is also important to where? To people living in that environment. So you see that the pillar of sustainability is focused on three basic heading, which is the environment, the society, and the economy. So we should also bear it in mind that once we are talking about sustainability, we are talking about environment, we are talking about society, people living in the society, the way we live our life. It matters, it's very important. And by compromising, so the essence of this sustainability is not being able to compromise these three key pillars, because it will have a detrimental effect as a human being or as people living in the community. Therefore, there is need for us to focus on our environment, focus on our society, our way of life. You see, the sustainability cut across our ways of life. You see, in terms of healthy living, Is it in terms of transportation? Is it in terms of commerce and tourism? Is it in terms of whatever you think? Sustainable environment, sustainability cut across all the facets of our life. And that is why it's very imperative for every individual to embrace sustainability, to embrace sustainable environment. So at this point, that was what motivated me to preach awareness, because it is obvious that majority of our people, majority of our community are not aware of what a sustainable environment is. We do bush burning, we do all manner of things to degrade the ecosystem. But at this point, it is very, very important for every individual in the community to embrace community, be it in local government, be it in a state government, be it in any form, any way you find yourself. Let us preach sustainable environment for our future needs. So on this basis, we are also talk about the core principles of sustainability. The core principles of sustainability. We talk of energy efficiency. What is energy efficiency? Using less energy, saving money, and reducing emission. Yes, this energy efficiency is what is on trend now. Every community, every state, every local government is trying way to see how they can reduce energy costs. And we know that most of recently, every state and government is now trying to go divert into renewable energy, because for the past years, decades, our source of energy always from fossil fuel, and fossil fuel causes a lot of pollution to environment, and also the cost is also very high. As such, people are going into renewable energy. So energy efficiency is using less energy. How do you manage your energy? How do you use your energy in your houses? Most of our people, our communities, they don't know how to manage their lighting bill. Most of us are from tropical areas where there are a lot of heat in our environment, but in people from the cold region, like in the Western world, where they have a lot of only winter, summer, all these seasons there, you see that energy efficiency is very important, because the more you manage your energy, the less you pay for your energy bill, therefore saving more money, and also trying to reducing emission. How do you reduce emission? A lot of things that generate carbon emission is what we're trying to curtail. So these are the core principles of sustainability: energy efficiency, resource conservation, now protecting water, land, and material for future use. Yes, the sustainability is all about how do we conserve our natural resources, our bushes, our weathers, our animals, all these things. How do we preserve them so for future use? Because after today, a lot of forest, bush burning, degradation of land, degradations, so many erosion, washing off so many things. If we do not protect them, what will be the fate of the future? So that is where sustainability came into play. We need to sustain all the resources that we have at present today for future use. Creating safe, non-toxic, and supportive environment, which is a very important factor for us as a human being. Once we are healthy, we should be thinking of future. But such a thing that make the environment toxic should not be sustained. Such material should not be part of what sustainability is all about. So for us to have a good health, we have to create a safe environment. How do you create a safe environment? Green environment. Environment where the air you breathe is clean. Environment whereby there's no toxic around, no any odor within your environment. The environment in this context is, you can talk about the indoor and outdoor environment. So research said, according to research, made that majority of the health challenge are mostly attracted from being stay indoor, because a lot of factors that this increases a health issue mostly arise from the indoor environment. As such, we also have to focus in our indoor environment as time goes on. So for the purpose of this class, this is just a preamble of awareness we are creating to our community as regards to sustainable environment. Comfort, enhancing quality of life through smart and sustainable designs. So it enhances quality of life through smart and sustainable design. So by the time we dive into sustainability proper, we should know that these things will also help to build a sustainable environment and build a sustainable design. So for the purpose of this class, I will also create indulgence to see how you can share this class to our various social media handles. We have handles on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and other social media handles. Share, likes, and subscribe on this. So, as I've just said, the essence of this class is to create awareness on sustainability, why it matters to the community. Why is sustainability matter to the community? It's very, very important. Community need to be aware of the need of maintaining a sustainable environment. It is imperative for the community leaders, the stakeholders, to propagate, embrace workshops that brings about sustainability, that brings about sustainable environment. So any workshop that wants to educate the community should be embraced as regards to sustainability. So why it matters to the community? One of the benefits, it lowers utility bills. When we embrace sustainability in our day-to-day activities, it will lower our utility bills. It will also create cleaner air and water we drink. When we embrace sustainability, when we embrace sustainable environment, it will help clean the air we breathe, and the water we drink will relatively be clean. Because by so doing, you will see it by the time you start practicing it, or at least do one or two challenge on sustainability or sustainable environment, you will know that when you embrace sustainability, it will be very important as a people to also propagate the message to other people who are not aware. Then better public health. Why it matters to the community? The community will have a better public health system. When we embrace sustainable environment, it will provide a better public health system, because in sustainability, we are going to look at so many things. Instead of going into the fossil fuel, whereby you keep on burning diesels and gases polluting the environment, we are going to go into renewable, whereby you'll be using energy source like solar system to generate your energy, hydropower to generate your energy, and wind power to generate your energy. So by so doing, a lot of environmental pollution will be drastically reduced. So, and that will also have an impact in bettering or having a good health system. Stronger social connections. It will also bring a kind of stronger social connections among the communities, among links from one state to the other. There's a network, there's a good network for you when sustainability is being propagated in the community. So there's a lot to be benefited when a community embraces sustainable environment. So, and that is why it is important for every individual in the community to have that mindset of creating that awareness, sustainable environment, sustainable living, sustainable healthy living, the way you live, the lifestyle you live as a person, as a family, is very, very important for us to embrace sustainable environment. Now we talk of resilient and vibrant neighborhood. By this, we mean that every individual will be resilient, will be vibrant in their own neighborhood. Vibrant in what the word essence, in the essence of when you look at the way the environment is being positioned. Are we talking about sustainable environment today? What is the environment, or what is our community talking about the future of tomorrow? As of today, the leadership of today, are we having a plan for the future generation? We should be resilient in thinking towards direction. Vibrant, do community workshops, engage the stakeholders. So this lecture, this class is probably for us to engage the stakeholders, to also have a cordial discussion on how to move ahead within this sustainable project. So it's very, very important. We have to be resilient. We don't have to we have to keep forging ahead. We have to be hopeful and be steadfast when we are propagating this campaign of being sustainable environment, of sustainability. We need to be committed to it. So that's what we have to be resilient, so that we have to be committed to let the people know the need and why it matters in the community, that sustainability is the way forward. The purpose of this awareness campaign is to raise a public understanding and inspired action for sustainable living. As I've just said, yes, the purpose of this awareness campaign on sustainability is to raise public understanding and inspired action for sustainable living. Yes, as I've said before, it is obvious that people are aware of the word sustainability, but they've not really understand, they've not really the implication or their role to play to be able to propagate such a message. Therefore, the purpose of the awareness is to create public understanding and inspired action. There should be action to support our awareness, and that is what we are doing today. The awareness we are creating, we have to put in all actions. So by actions, it implies some of the activities we like to indulge as the programs continue. In the course of this program, as I've said, we're just looking at the first module, which is Introduction to Sustainability. So as we progress on this class, the time can we have some workshops to display some workshops, that a challenge that will be thrown into this class, that everybody will get involved. One of the activities for us to raise public understanding is workshop and eco event. We should be organizing this workshop and eco event that we are not harmful to the environment. We should be showing events that are not harmful to the environment, and the events that are not harmful to where we live. And that is the only way we can pass the message to our community. Workshops, seminars. We should also think of school programs and school competitions on relating to sustainability. It is very important. These areas are very, very important. Social media awareness drive. Yes, as we know, that as of today, social media is the tool that media is of no longer of such effect of maybe just wait until you heard from the radio broadcast. But today, so many handles, you can pass information through so many social media handles. Therefore, it is important for us to propagate this message through social media awareness drive, whereby this lecture, as I'm presenting this class will be posted to all the social media platforms for them to know that sustainability is everyone's responsibility to have a sustainable environment. Then we talk of modern green homes and community gardens. Yes, one of these purposes of this awareness campaign is to encourage modern green homes. Our environment must be green, and our community gardens. We should also embrace community gardens as part of our sustainable living. We should also embrace modern green homes. You know, I've heard of our sustainable homes, which is very, very important. So we should also raise that public understanding about our green homes and community garden, which every person, every individual in the community need to understand that it is our own responsibility to build a modern green homes and community gardens. The real world impact of sustainability in the whole world. How does sustainability has an impact to the whole world? Yes, is from research, there's a 50% increase in household recycling. Yes, 50% increase in household recycling. So the impact of sustainability has made different households has embraced this idea of recycling their product or recycling goods. Yes, when we talk of recycling of materials, you can recycle plastic materials, recycle cloth. Every material you see that is not of any use, it's possible you can recycle it if it's possible for you to do recycling. So it's because 50% increase in household and recycling. So those are the real world impact of sustainability. So what we are still preaching today is, are you part of those people recycling your waste? Are you? No. It is very, very obvious that many communities are not aware that they can recycle products, and that is the reason of this class. So the purpose of this class, recycling is one of those things we need to inculcate in our day-to-day living. Recycling of material, disposing of our material to proper bins. So we shall talk of that when we talk of one of the modules about zero waste. Growth in solar panel adoption. We see today there are growing trend of solar power, solar panels within our environment, within us. We see that there's a growing trend on solar energy, which is very, very important. And this is world impact, the real world impact of sustainability. There's a growing impact. There's a growing trend on power. There's a growing trend on energy, alternative energy, which is renewable energy. There's a growing trend on going away from the fossil fuel or fossil source of energy, but now going to renewable energy, whereby you can generate your energy through your solar power, you can generate energy through your hydropower, you can generate energy through wind farms, you can generate energy through other source of biomass. So these are growing trend. That is, the growth in solar power has been adopted. Solar power or solar panel has been the leading compared to other renewable energy sources. Active community garden in neighborhood. We also see within ourselves, you can grow what you eat. There are active community gardens as an impact of sustainability. So, this class, I want us to know that this real world impact of sustainability is really, really trending. And as such, this thing should also trickle down to our community. The communities should be aware of how this thing can affect their lives. And I want to use this opportunity to talk to the stakeholders in the community that workshops should be properly adopted to sensitize the people within the community. Depending on the level of the people in the community, there might be literate and illiterate. But with practical experience, we can also make an impact to the community as regards sustainable living. Active community gardens in neighborhoods. Decrease in respiratory health issues due to cleaner air. Yes, as I've said before, there will be a reduction, or the respiratory health issue will be drastically reduced because of what? The kind of air we breathe. Yes, our outdoor and indoor air is very, very important. And if our environment, our outdoor air environment is polluted, automatically, if there's no proper airtight system within your home, automatically the indoor air will also be polluted, and therefore can result to respiratory health issues, because what we breathe in is also have a very, very important implication in our life. Therefore, our indoor air and outdoor air must be clean. But with the sustainability and with sustainable environment, we realize there is going to be proper reduction in air pollution. You see, even in the transportation system, every that going green, electrical vehicle is in vogue. Renewable energy is also coming up gradually. So you see that clean environment is a world impact to sustainability. And that is what we want to bring to our community. The community should embrace sustainable environment, and for the interest for a healthy living. And with that, we also know the type of food we eat and all this stuff. The healthy lifestyle should also come into play. These are part of what we have in our model as we progress on this class. Now, how we all can get involved as a community. So, as I've said, yes, please, I would like to use this opportunity to appeal to everybody to like, share, and subscribe to this channel, and also visit our social media handles for more information. Yes, as we progress on this class, we also look at how can we get involved as a community. Very, very important. How can you as a person be involved? How can me as a person be involved in sustainable, keeping our environment in a sustainable way? Or how can we all be involved in this project of sustainability? Very, very important. As we are in this class, having gone through the first module of this sustainability awareness, which is introduction to sustainability, we've gone through the purpose and the awareness, the three main cardinal points, the pillar of sustainability, which is the economy, the society, and the environment. And when you look at those three key pillars, as a human being, we revolve around those three pillars for us to live as a human being, for us to exist in life: the environment, the society, and the economy. Therefore, it is very, very important for us to get involved in our community involvement as regards sustainability. So how can we get involved as a community? Getting involved, how often do you think of reduction of waste, reuse and recycle of your materials? You can get involved in any of those things. You reduce waste, you reuse material, or you recycle. You can get involved in that. So I know as an individual in this class, everybody in this class, in one way or the other, have been using materials, have been using can of milk, tins, and all these things. How do you dispose them? Are you recycling them? Are you putting them in the right perspective? Because for us to get involved, I want to take for instance, from your waste disposal. In your various homes, you have recycled waste, you have non-recycled, you have some ways that you can reuse. Are you indulging of such activities? Do you separate your waste? That is just the question. Do you separate your waste? Because by the time you separate your waste, you know the one that can be recycled, the one that can reduce, the one that can be reused again. So on that basis, all we can be involved. We have to be involved by joining local sustainability programs. By joining local sustainability program in every community, in every local government or state government, there are programs on sustainability. So for us to get involved, we should all join to such programs. Educate friends and family, and that is what I'm doing. What I'm doing in this class is to educate the community, because no knowledge is lost. Every knowledge won't give out. The time somebody is gaining something out of it. Therefore, we need to educate our friends and families. To get involved, the friends and family can also have the need to also educate other people, having listened to what you've just said, what I've just taught this morning. Support eco-friendly businesses. What are eco-friendly businesses? Those businesses that you know that they are not harmful to the environment. We should support it. We should support it. Support them in those businesses. Volunteer for green initiative. There should be room for volunteer to propagate green initiatives. So, my dear listeners, as we've gone through the subject of today, I just want to go through it again. We talk about, just started with the backgrounds of sustainability and the introduction. We also talked about the 3 pillars of sustainability, which I know every one of us, that the 3 pillars is revolving around ourselves, are connecting to each other. The environment connects to the society, connects to the economy. So also as human beings, it revolves around us. Therefore, sustainability is everyone's responsibility to let the world, let the community be aware of. We also look at the core principles of sustainability and how it matters to the community. The sustainability, how it matters to the community. Then we also the awareness, the reason for the awareness, and the impact of sustainability in the real world, which we all know, and I attest to that the sustainability impact to every one of us. So before I conclude, I will just once again to appeal to this class that you should share our videos, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and as we progresses on this module 1, we just want to see my conclusion. I say together we build a healthier, greener and more sustainable future. Every small action counts. Be the change in your community. You as a person in this class, you as an individual, you should be the change in your own community. And God bless you all. Thank you.